Okay.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
You mind sending me the link for this?
I just posted it.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Very good. In the chat or in the notes?
In the chat, so I
Okay,
can send it
fantastic.
as an email.
Yeah, fantastic.
We're live. Whee!
We're live. This is our first live.
Yes.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Other than the night where I tested it and I was like,
Hello?
anybody out there?
Yes.
Well, cool. You're on the move. Where are you at? Oh, and now you're gone. And now you poofed.
It's gonna be I'm walking back to into my apartment. I was upstairs. So
Okay, a little in and out is what it's looking like. Okay. For now, I'll get the little bit of
okay. All right. I think
Okay, you're back.
we're finally settled. I don't even know if they heard me say I'm here and I'm queer, but here I am.
No, you froze. You were like, I'm walking back to my apartment, so
So there it is.
yep.
And there's Simone for everyone.
Squee. Hi, Moni. Oh,
Did you hear the
I
squeak?
heard it. Yeah, I just heard
Okay.
one. Yeah.
So you all heard the squeak. Excellent.
Like a
Okay.
tiny little chirp.
Very good.
Okay, and then question for you.
Hmm.
We're gonna have we're gonna have like the video just on our YouTube now.
Hmm.
But should I still record this on Zoom anyway so we can have like our own
Little tidbits.
audio video? Yeah,
Um,
do we need that for anything? No, because we just post the video after, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Then I'm gonna
yeah,
stop it. And I'll have to remember, I'll make a note to myself to take off like the automatic recording.
yeah. For the synchronies,
Yeah.
colloquially known as poetries for you and I.
Poetry. Mhm.
All right. So today, how are you feeling in this moment? I know you sent me a message earlier.
Um,
Feeling a little tired.
yeah, I'm feeling like awake enough, but it certainly was a struggle to drag my whole body, not just my ass, but the whole
Yeah,
body
the whole
out
body.
out of the bed.
Yeah, I feel that. I
And
feel that.
I didn't know that this I love GT's kombucha, and they have like
Mhm.
a mushroom version where they've made like their own version of sodas. So they have like a Sprite and a root beer and a Coke.
Mm.
I love their matcha cream soda. It's my favorite one. But
Mm.
I didn't know that it has caffeine in it. I was looking
Oh
at
well.
per bottle 30 grams of apple cider vinegar, 600 milligrams of reishi mushroom, 600 milligrams of chaga, 600 of turkey tail, caffeine 75 milligrams. I was like,
Well, there it is.
oh, okay. I guess I'm awake now.
Uh-huh.
Awaker.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
The caffeine is hard to avoid.
They just sneak it in there. It should
Yeah.
say anything that's caffeinated. I feel like that's you're drugging people. You got to
You
tell
know,
them.
you gotta let them know.
You got to let them know that's a substance.
Truly.
Mm.
Okay, a seamless transition.
We're in it. We're in space.
We're in space. Yes.
In space. We're in the space. Um, how are you feeling? You want to start off with your themes and stuff too?
Sure. I was thinking about them earlier today because I was like, what are the themes? Because I got a lot of bullshit going on, as you know. But I think with that theme, it continues to be a similar something that I had been thinking about. Something I named today, which is like I feel like what's going on, and without sharing too many details, y'all who are watching, um, recently experiencing conflict with my partner's mom. And I think the reason I'm actually in conflict, as I've been thinking about it, is like my values are around accountability, communication, vulnerability, like as the bedrock for relationship building and conflict plus its resolution. And I think it's very hard for me when it comes against this other truth, which is we can only have repair when everyone is available and willing to do the thing. So it's like very, it doesn't like I guess it doesn't feel helpless. Like I don't feel helpless, but it feels weird to feel like my agency is limited, right? It can only go but so far. I can't want for you. I can't show up for you. I can't make you take accountability. So yeah, I've been thinking about like I guess the politics of repair. I'm gonna write that down because I think that is accurate. Um, and like it's not helplessness. What is it? But like there's a certain feeling that happens when you know you're not gonna get an apology for a thing. It's like a resignation in a way, an acceptance. Because it's not like I'm sad, and I am disappointed, but it's not. It's also that just feels like too. I can't even. I don't even.
I was trying to come up with because I was doing some work on like my internal systems for running a business and
Mm,
like the cycles of how I my relationship to it.
mm,
And I was trying to find the word too, but resignation is good. I ended up coming up with surrender. And I think that's
mm-hmm.
like the most neutral, whereas resignation is kind of like
Mm-hmm. I'll put
resignation has a
resignation,
deep
surrender.
side to me.
Yeah, it does. And surrender, because surrender feels like it is still surrender. Because you could be forced into surrender for sure. Which is kind of what it feels like.
Which is not neutral. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Resignation.
resignation slash surrender.
Yeah. And I think, is there anything else? Mm, I had Turkish coffee yesterday, and once I had, or twice actually, I had someone read my grounds. And I am now in no way versed in reading Turkish coffee grounds. That's not my form of divination, but it was really cool to try it out, and like what I saw in my cup was very fascinating, and something that, and Nate is a really great intuitive reader. I love asking him for like look at this card. And he's truly like, because he knows nothing about the tarot and will, spit out things where you're like, that's pretty on point. But there was this interesting image and there was just like a kind of a cut through it. And I feel like what he was noting is like there seems to be like things feel like they're moving really well, but something isn't flowing right. And I'm not sure what it is. Um, there's a disconnect somewhere. Well, how would I call that? It's like the the unconscious, like an unconscious blockage that is barely felt but experienced.
Mm.
I'm gonna write that down because that's what it is. But yeah.
The invisible context.
Ooh, and I said the unconscious uh blockage, but I like the invisible too. It makes me think of like if someone's experiencing a haunting around you, but then you're not privy to ghosts, but it's
Mm.
happening. But you're just not a part of it. But it's how does that make sense? What's not clicking? Maybe that's also it. What's not clicking? Okay, invisible. So mine are the politics of repair, resignation slash surrender, the unconscious invisible blockage that is not felt but experienced. What's not clicking?
Mm. It's funny, the last time we wrote together, or maybe the last time we met, we were talking about validation, and like
Mm,
a couple of validation things have come up since then. I was on the phone with my sister,
mm,
and nobody in my family has been very good at validating or affirming or even like showing curiosity or interest in the
Mm-hmm.
things that I do. Um, it's always been an immediate like, well, I don't get it, so
Mm-hmm.
so, and I'm like, okay, what does so mean? So don't talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't, okay. With the conversation with her, it was like after we had come back from 2 years of not talking and many
Mm-hmm.
years of conflict. And one of the things that I was courageous enough to say to her on the phone, um, our first conversation back a few months ago was, she was like, "Yeah, I wanna know about your life, and I wanna hear about your life." And I was like, "I'm gonna let you know that sounds disingenuous to me based on our history because I haven't felt very validated or affirmed in the things that I'm interested in based on the way that you've like non-responded."
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I would love to see it, and also it's gonna take me experiencing it to trust you and to come to I'm gonna release all expectations around the thing that you just said because
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And on the phone, I took the risk of telling her about my life and what I'm doing. And she was like, "That's so cool." And you've always been an artist and not just like, visual artist, but you've always been like a great writer. Like I've always seen you as such a great writer and you're so good with words and all these things. And I was just like, just one person sees me, who has been watching me forever.
Mm-hmm.
My little sister, the person who's been watching me and observing me the longest, truly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, there's something there for me around like I think the like healing effects of opening yourself up to the vulnerability of validation,
Mm-hmm.
validation as vulnerability, or like, yeah, the vulnerable validation tipping point. Because it's also like you get to a point where you're like, I've been in my own head sitting with this, isolating myself in this feeling, in this sensation, in this creation that I'm, working with the universe on, but like I don't, if it's meant to affect other people, if it's meant to help other people, I really don't know how it will be because I haven't been vulnerable enough to expose it. So maybe it's the vulnerability of exposure.
Mm-hmm. Can never escape it.
I think that's the one that resonates for me.
Exposure.
I'm also working through what is worth, maybe not like what's worth giving up, sort of like sobriety or Lent or anything like that, but like more so I'm thinking about it in the context of developing more consistency with my business practices and like the vulnerability of exposure, like having to be the CEO and go out and do things that I don't normally do, not just the little nitty gritties, but like the big moves that are even more scary and more risk taking. And what I have to give up, like the things that I have to surrender to the altar of avoiding doing the big things, avoiding big moves. Um, what I'm like not just okay with, but happy to give up and happy um to not do anymore or to not do as frequently because there are other things that are more worth my time.
Mm. I have, well, in hearing that, I'm hearing happy sacrifice. Um,
Ooh, I like happy sacrifice.
happy sacrifice. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know how else to scale because there's other things that are worth my time. Because I don't think it's what you're talking about is not necessary. I mean, I guess it's a value judgment, but that's not the heart of it. It's just
Yeah.
like if you want to wake up early, you gotta go to sleep early. And and like how to make that a happy sacrifice. And that's always a very interesting balance of things.
Yes. That reminds me of my friend Janice, her definition of patience, which is waiting happy, not
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just, waiting for
Mm-hmm.
something to happen, but like being content while you're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it is too, like happy sacrifice in business leads me the tension there has been like I'm not a capitalist and I don't want to go out and hustle and chase for money. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel content. Like I don't feel content with um, pushing and forcing what doesn't feel right and all these things. But how do I get to a place where um, I'm encountering that tension and I go, that's not what this is for. Like, I'm working through a reclaimed economy, not the one that exists, but the one that has always existed, which is simply reciprocity, simply energetic and communal love, care, give, receive, all of those things. So, yeah, I think developing a patience for you know, not needing to see the results right away, but being happy with sacrificing the little things in the meantime anyway is a balance that you know, um, I'm trying to put myself at the center of. Yeah, I really like happy sacrifice. That's a good frame for that.
Great. Also, when you were talking about validation earlier, I was thinking the sweet relief of validation, especially given your this is your same sister, right? With the long-standing conflict. So, yeah.
Yeah, sweet relief of validation. I like that.
I was thinking the sweet release, and I was like, I mean, it's
Um,
both. But then because especially with the vulnerability piece of like letting oneself give and receive validation. So, very good.
yeah, exposure is definitely a kind of release, a kind of
Mm-hmm.
like giving over. I'm in terms of like sacrifice and release and exposure and even for yours like resignation and surrender, um repair, like meeting in the middle to repair. There's something here about like the relational altar that I
Mm.
think is a connective tissue for us.
Mm-hmm. Emotional alter. Mm. Ooh, I feel the tendrils of a poem already forming.
Oh, what's it called
Mm.
when you have like a place that's set up for praying to a god?
That's
Or
not an altar?
temple? Temple?
Oh, temple? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. What else? What other connections do we have here?
Let's see. I feel like sweet relief has a surrender, resignation-ish, and maybe more surrender than resignation.
So maybe sweet surrender.
Ooh, yeah. Sweet surrender. And I would say the thing I'm experiencing is not a happy sacrifice per se, because I think the word happy is always very fraught with a lot of things.
Okay,
But I
Scorpio.
am very, but I'm very, very right. But I'm very, very content with it for sure. And complete with it. So I'm happy to. I do like happy sacrifice as the word. Um,
Or even sacrifice as completion.
mm, yeah, that seems good. The relational altar, sweet surrender, sacrifice as completion. That would actually that does tie in with yours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that feels like happy sacrifice is like where I am, and sacrifice as completion feels like where I'm going, like the
Hmm.
results that I would like to have.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And I'm
Cool.
also thinking about when you were talking about the altar too. Sacrifice, right? Meaning to make sacred. Um, I think what I'm feeling, this is last thing before we get into the writing, I'm thinking about with this conflict. Like I feel very proud of myself because the parts that were I made certain parts of myself sacred, which is like I'm not going to like ever since my worthiness has not been on the table for discussion, it makes everything so much easier because I'm like, this is not about my like it's not seeking validation. I'm not hunting for your I'm disappointed that you're not embracing the vulnerability of exposure, but it doesn't have to do with me and like my identity. Like your refusal to acknowledge me by my name and my identity is not a me issue. Um, so it's nice to like on my particular altar, the things that I have put like this is unmovable. Is it's nice. I think that's what's helping me feel complete. Um, yeah, that was just a thought as you were saying that trickled in. So
Love that.
yes. Lovely. Okay. We have our things. Also, these are going to be great topics to write about when it comes time in 5 years.
When we're thematically discussing, yeah, a decade from
Yes.
now.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm excited for because there's no other context besides just these words. So, very interesting.
Right. Yeah, the relational altar all by itself is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And sacrifice as completion, like
Mm-hmm.
slash sweet surrender,
Mm-hmm.
really, really tasty, really delicious stuff.
Mm-hmm. Also a lot of shh in
Yeah.
there.
Sibilance.
All right. How long you thinking?
We can you do our usual 15. I don't, my brain just said 10.
Yeah, understandable.
Like I think I want a little more than that to write. So we're gonna go for 15. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let me grab a little snack real quick.
Oh, snack.
Okay. I'm hustling over, and Simone is like, "Stop chasing me." I'm like, "Ain't nobody running after you, girl."
Nobody's thinking about you. Oh,
Okay.
you are
Ready?
timer. Yes. You're a timer this time? Yeah.
Let me do 15. 15. All right, ready?
Yep.
Go. We have about a minute and a half. Well, that is our time.
I think I'm gonna take a potty break if you're still working.
Oh, perfect. All right, that's where I'll stop for now. It's definitely not complete, but I don't even know how this is about to be. But oh, Imani, I have WhatsApp pops up on my computer. Imani wrote a poem during her trip. Very lovely.
Oh yeah, Imani. Imani who thinks she's not a poet.
You know, you can't be a dancer and not a poet. I refuse to believe it.
Are we human or are we dancer? Or are we poet? Or are we artist? Or are we singer? The answer is always yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mine is short,
Mm-hmm.
kind of disjointed,
Yeah,
a lot of brain power.
yeah. The turd brains.
And I did like a little journaling first as well, just to like get
Mm-hmm.
my brain flowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go first so we can sink our teeth into yours because yours seems like you got something you're chewing on over here.
Yeah, it's chewing.
It's a chewy one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm open to any and all feedback. I'm interested in like maybe reworking this, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
also kind of like I don't know if this is just kind of like a throwaway for me. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like I have wings in right relationship with all things. It's like I'm a river in flowing, resigned that I will deliver. It's like I'm a unicorn in mystical apprenticeship with magic, newly reborn. It's like I can see the stars. In knowing what's beyond, I am both near and far. And that's that on that.
I like it. I like it's actually, I think it's very different than your usual poems because it's incredibly simple. But I think the points are still very poignant. Can you read it again?
Mhm. It's like I have wings in right relationship with all things. It's like I'm a river in flowing, resigned that I will deliver. It's like I'm a unicorn in a mystical apprenticeship with magic, newly reborn. It's like I can see the stars. In knowing what's beyond, I am both near and far.
Yeah, very straightforward. It makes me think of like I feel like when we're beginning poetry in terms of having like using similes as a literary device for saying a thing and then kind of explaining it. But I think the statement is simple and then the I guess metaphor or analogy like elevates it a little bit. But still is very grounded. Um Feels very contrary to your typical poetry for sure, which makes sense for the tired brain.
Yeah, I started with because I sat here and I was just like, what is the feeling that I'm getting? Like what's coming through me as I'm tapping into sweet surrender and sacrifice as completion and all these things. Um, and I just was like, it's like I have wings and I could just feel these big wings beating behind me.
Mm,
But there was so much more that I couldn't like it didn't have words, like I couldn't
hmm
really express it. So all I wrote first before I like journaled was it's like I have wings to beat slowly, holding me aloft. So I was like about to go on a journey and then I was like, I don't think I have it in me. I'm not resourced today.
I think for feedback and where it could go, I think each of those could probably be the first lines of a stanza, and then getting into that journey a little bit more, like you were saying. So like the experience of the wings for the first one. And then the stars was the last one that I remember. But in between, right, having like and the unicorn one, like the how it came to be could be the stanza before you go into the next one. But I think it's also it makes me think of like when you first open a book and there's like a poem in there, like something that's very short, simple, to the point. So yeah, I think there's more. There's definitely more that you could flesh out. Because I would not say that it does feel complete though. Like it's neat, but I feel like I would like more.
Yeah. It feels not in like a derogatory way, but it feels very poetry 101, kind of like finding my feet in
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I'm like, I don't know if this is a throwaway or if this is something that like I haven't explored with poetry in a while, which is like a very simple rhyme scheme
Mm-hmm.
and simile, but like you said, kind of fleshing it out a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
so that I can keep it simple, but so that each portion, like the wings, the river, the unicorn, the stars, are their own like mini adventure, their own like little side quest.
Yeah. So I was thinking if because the structure of it feels so tight, it could even be like you definitely want to limit the extra lines you add in the stanza. I was like even just like a three stanza or three line stanza kind of thing, like two extra lines to explain it, or expound on it, and also curious how you would keep the rhyme scheme with that too. It'd be like a right A B B A kind of thing if you wanted to do that. Um, what form is that? Is that a sonnet? No, A B B A. I don't remember.
Um, it does have a name.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh yes, because we did it. You know what I'm talking about. My
Mm-hmm.
brain is also soupy today. So I've been really struggling with like words. I was recording a voice note for somebody and I was like, those are not the words that are like I just am not saying the right thing. So yes. But the other thing I was thinking like with on the note of poetry 101, it feels like our two teachables in the most simplistic form, which actually is pretty cool, right? Because it's taking the rhyming and then there's some imagery of like, this is where we would say, oh, this is so good, but like, give me more feeling and then like description for sensations and things like that. That would maybe enrich it.
Yeah. Even too, like it's like I'm a river and flowing, resigned that I will deliver. Like that's the one that feels most complete to me. It like
Mm.
has the flow, it has the feeling, it has like the destination, it has like it just feels complete to me. But
Hmm.
it's like I have wings and right relationship with all things. What do the wings have to do with that?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Right. 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 Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I'm like tuning into what could be tweaked because like with the star one, I was even like tapping into your invisible blockage bit where it's like unconscious invisible like I can see the stars. How?
Hmm.
Can't see the stars anymore. So like how far are we seeing those stars and what was blocking us before?
Right.
There's like a whole story that each one could have.
Hmm.
And yeah, each one can be thickened into its own little mini story.
Yeah, because I think also the lines in between would not only explain the line before it, yeah, which is why I was thinking three lines per stanza because one line to kind of explain the line before and then set up the next one slash connect it because I think it's like they feel like separate ideas. I don't see necessarily how they flow together. Although in my mind, I'm seeing this flow literally like this. So interesting how you could build more of the little tendrils of connection there.
Yeah, because I think if we
Maybe
had
the river.
if we had had more time and I had more capacity, yes, if I were better resourced, I probably would have continued with the same because I have them in three line stanzas where it's just ABA over and over.
Hmm.
And I think if I had continued, I wouldn't have gone to like flesh each one out. I would have just kept going with different like similes and
That could work too.
giving myself more of those. And that might be something that I do is kind of like stretch myself into, okay, now that we've gone past rivers and stars, what other
Hmm.
similes feel like more attuned to
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
feeling that I'm trying to reach? Instead of taking the things that were first that came to mind and trying to make them fit, it's like I kind of want to go a little further and
That
see if other things like start to like if all the simple things start to get contaminated by the complexity and go, okay, this is aligned. This is very aligned.
yeah. So yeah, two different directions to try to go for. I think that one actually would be a very fascinating because I like the list vibe of it.
Yeah. Yeah, my note to self is each one can be thickened into a side quest slash its own mini story, and or keep going with the short stanzas and new similes each time, stretch to see if more aligned comparisons come up as you refine the feeling. Because I think
Hmm.
that's what it's about. It's just like continuing to go until the feeling that I'm
It's
trying
clear.
to reach is, yeah,
Yeah.
really defined for me.
Yeah, because I think by the end of the poem, I felt more clear than the wings part. So yeah, that would be good to keep. Even if you did that, I guess kind of funnily shape over and over, narrowing down.
Mm.
Um, or it could even be like a, you know, widen back up at the end of each like stanza and alternate that.
Mhm.
But all still generally getting more precise.
Yeah.
Things to play around with for sure.
Mm. Play with precision. Got it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. This one, my brain is real, like I said, soupy. Um, I have an idea of where it's going, and it's not done. I know that, but I think I just need to figure out how to. Because I was trying to rush in a way to kind of get it down. You know, when you like throw a sketch down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like this is all in pencil. I'm probably gonna paint over it. But that's the vibe. Okay, and open for all feedback. I like to think of myself basking in the glow of regulation, level-headed thinking, tempers passion, to strike a harmonious chord more often than not. I live in this gentle light, walk hand in hand with compassion, running my fingers across its soft, smooth knuckles as it kisses me on the forehead. On nights like this, though, the gentle glow begins to burn. smolder, rage, transform, Jekyling its way out of the tiny pocket in my back where I keep it, setting ablaze all it touches. No regard, no relations, it just eats, gorges itself, indignation. Unavailable for resolution, I am hungry. My maw is ready to cast spells I may eventually regret, but for now I am ready to eat. Fuck what you thought, fuck what you heard. My rage will forge a path of broken hearts and dance all the way to the barrenness of hell. I will forsake my salvation if it means I can stick it to you. I need to let you know I burn because of this hurt inside. I trample flowers along the path, blinded. Fuck, 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 fuck you. How can I make this fire meet you? I feel a touch on my shoulder. Who the fuck? Spin around to see my own gentle eyes, pleading, soft but unwavering, steadily holding my gaze. I pause. I know you are hurt, but there is another way. I gently take my hand and lead me through the brush, under the watchful stars, and end up in a clearing with an altar, sacrificial knife included, in the middle. The gentle me lays on the slab, offers me their heart, tells me I'm happy to die if it means protecting you. And that's where I ended.
Hmm.
Oh, the raging me sheds a tear. That's where I ended.
I would love for you to read it again. There were
Yes.
so many things that like I wanted to like make note of, and now I'm like,
Yes.
okay, I need to, yeah.
And then do you want to hear a note about yes, I mean the inspiration I think is clear, but about what I was trying to go for here.
Sure.
So when I heard the relational alter, I was like, oh, like an alter, like an alternate self. Um, which is
Mm.
why when I was like, ooh, a poem is forming, because I was just thinking about these two versions of myself where there's a very like collected, this is how we go through conflict. Which I fought very hard to get to. And it's through actually tempering this other very rageful version of me. So that's what I was kind of thinking about, a little dance between that. In addition to the actual, like, the ending point I'm getting to is them being on the altar, literally, as you're seeing. So that's the arc and inspiration.
Okay. Love it.
I like to think of myself basking in the glow of regulation. Level-headed thinking tempers passion to strike a harmonious chord more often than not. I live in this gentle light, walk hand in hand with compassion, running my fingers across its soft, smooth knuckles as it kisses me on the forehead. On nights like this, though, the gentle glow begins to burn, smolder, rage, transform, Jekyling its way out of the tiny pocket in my back where I keep it, setting ablaze all it touches. No regard, no relations, it just eats, gorges itself, indignation. Unavailable for resolution, I am hungry. My maw is ready to cast spells. I may eventually regret, but for now I'm ready to eat. Fuck what you thought, fuck what you heard. My rage will forge a path of broken hearts and dance all the way to the barrenness of hell. I will forsake my for salvation if it means I can stick it to you. I need to let you know I burn because of this hurt inside. I trample flowers along the path, blinded. Fuck, 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 fuck you. How can I make this fire meet you? I feel a touch on my shoulder. Who the fuck? Spin around to see my own gentle eyes, pleading, soft but unwavering, steadily holding my gaze. I pause. I know you are hurt, but there is another way. I gently take my hand and lead me through the brush under the watchful stars and end up in a clearing with an altar, sacrificial knife included, in the middle. The gentle me lays on the slab, offers me their heart, tells me I am happy to die if it means protecting you. The raging me sheds a tear.
Jen, I can't come up with words either. Oh, I so see I so see the where I so see where you're going with it, and I completely understand like the this is the penciled version of the painting of it, because there was like a way that you started that was very like they're both like familiar Gary sort of strategies for poetry writing. And the first part is like the very imagery oriented, evocative, like I can feel the smooth knuckles, like I'm getting the sensation of running my fingers over knuckles on hands. And then it like flips into storytelling mode, which is like a
Mm-hmm.
different strategy, and is kind of like the interview with the demon poem. And I am like wondering if you feel more connected to either one for this poem, or if you would want to kind of keep some kind of transition, or hold the imagery and like infuse more imagery into the storytelling part.
Mm-hmm.
Because this, I think the strongest thing for me was the smooth knuckles and um the all of the like fuck like reactionary stuff, which is like you telling us and not necessarily showing us, which is
Mm-hmm.
not imagery, and also so relatable. Like it puts us in the place where it's like, yeah, that's where my rage takes me, and
Mm-hmm.
that's who that other person is. That's the only word that they have. That's the only,
Mm-hmm.
way that they can express themselves when there's nothing left but this blinding thing. Um, so I have like some like specific notes.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is the smooth knuckles is awesome. Like, can we see the Jekyll to Hyde transformation of like what knuckles or what hand you're holding, or how compassion maybe transforms into like a different being that you're walking with? Because I think you're starting with like holding the hands of compassion and the gentleness of that being outside of you, and then the gentle compassion is you and becomes an alternate you. So can you like bring those two together? And then when you say the part unavailable for resolution, there's like a lot of hungering in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to strengthen that, I just thought of um, an alteration being unavailable for satiation, like not available for being filled up. I'm okay with being hungry because I'm going to keep eating and eating and eating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, forge a path, like forge a path of broken hearts, I think is
Mm-hmm.
like the line there. Whose broken hearts? Is it your broken hearts? Is it all of your altars? Or is it like
I think it's
other people?
anybody's. It's
Yeah.
blind is the point of it.
Okay, and then this is the other note I had is like, okay, you're stumbling blinded through a
Mm-hmm.
field. Are you blinded by tears? Are you seeing red? more imagery there because that's like the storytelling part that we start to get into there. And the last thing is like, you know, like my altar gets on the altar and tells me that uh they're available for sacrifice and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Can you show us instead of the altar speaking, instead of there being any like lines of talking, can you make it like the altar places their hand over their heart or pulls their heart out of their own chest and raises it to your enraged self because it knows how hungry you are in that
Mhm.
moment. Those are all my micro notes. My macro is just overall like really, really powerful stuff. I'm excited to see it more like conjoined and yeah, and fluid and see where and kind of see where the story goes of what you're telling as well.
Thank you, thank you. These are helpful notes because I feel like I was like, I just need to write this down because my brain is losing it as I'm writing, as I'm thinking of it.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
and I was like, a lot of this part is like feels like I'm like, okay, I'm trying to convey a feeling here, so I'm gonna keep writing about it. But I'm like, but this isn't when I would actually submit. Like if it was like this is definitely clearly. I don't often have first draft poems, but this is very much a like because I don't believe in really editing my poems. I'm not really trying to come back to do all that work, personally.
Period.
Um, so, but this is one that I was like, all right, I don't have the bandwidth, so I'm gonna have to just throw a little some. So these are all really helpful to because I was like, how am I? But no words. So I was like, like this is my also one of my poems. I've crossed out so many lines. It actually started initially with two parts of me come alive when conflict arises. And I was like, I don't really want all of that. So it was like both strong, both steady, both bright. One glows, the other burns. And that's why I started into like I like to think of myself as basking in the glow trying to align with one more than the other. But I was like, yeah, let me just cut out all that and just get to what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think there's a whittling that needs to be done, but then also, and it's also because I don't often chill with my rage that much. Like I'm very familiar with it and close to it, but I don't often give it space to express. So it's rusty and it's an expression too. So it makes sense that this is how it came out.
Yeah. I loved the like basking in the glow of regulation.
Hmm.
And it makes sense that you started with like like a splitting,
Hmm.
but I do appreciate that you started somewhere and then there's a transformation or then there's a split. And I think
Hmm.
it would be helpful for you to decide like if if it is a splitting and there's like the rage is separating itself, or if it is a transformation, like the gentle you is being buried, the Dr. Jekyll is being buried by Mr. Hyde, and Mr.
Hmm.
Hyde is the one who is, outward facing, is the mask.
Yeah, transformation. I always forget that Mr. Hyde is the shithead.
Hmm.
Because Jekyll sounds like that's why I used it, and I'm like, right, it is fucking Mr. Hyde.
Hmm. I mean, Mr. Hyde is the one who stays hidden
Yeah,
until,
exactly, exactly.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
Jekyll was never, he sounds sus. And obviously he was for doing the whole thing.
It's like when they put like villains before they're revealed. They put
Mhm.
villains in like dark colors,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and you're like,
Well, that's the evil guy.
well, that's the bad guy. I
'Cause
see
his
you.
name is Petrakov, and he's wearing black. It's the guy who laughed over there when they said peace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that idea too. Yeah. Because I was like, is it a split? Because also, like, where did I come back from? That's what the turning point for me is I pause. Because the point of this also is like me speaking about how I approach conflict, which is like there's a part of me that always wants to resolve, but then there's another part of me that's really fucking tight about it. But then it's also like in the pause we come together to be like, okay, because I feel like I've gotten a lot of feedback, especially about this situation of like, how do you convey yourself so like respectfully, even when I am livid about what is
Yes.
happening.
Yes.
Um, and so I'm like, this is how it comes about. Like, I feel like I can fiercely defend myself because I temper the rage, but also find a productive way to talk about it. So that's the guidance for this too. So that is a really good question because I don't know if it's a split or a transformation or like I like the idea of a burying of a Jekyll and Hyde because it's the same dude. He just
Mhm. It's
switching it out.
it's Matryoshka, which we just talked about as well, where it's like, you know, the nesting doll, like which
Yes,
how deep
yes.
does
How
how
deep does it
many of those
go?
need to come off, yeah, before you get the little rage fucker who's out and just going, oh, you make me so mad, and they're just blindly running through a field, setting everything on fire behind them.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of Inside Out of like they're all within Riley.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, so interesting. Like who's in the driver's seat even? Because I
Hmm.
was like, I could take another element of like uh possession, because emotions embodying the body. Um, never thought about the demon of compassion. Whoa. That I almost forgot this was streamed. I was like, is that Jesus? Uh-oh.
And there Jesus is again. Yeah.
There he goes again. It couldn't be a session without a little mention.
Mm. I think possession is interesting because then you find yourself at an altar where there's a sacrifice being made. Like, is it a cult of rage
Mm.
that, you know, like almost almost like you're like a sleeper. It's like you're a
Mm.
sleeper agent and you've been, you know, conditioned and conditioned, and then you're hypnotized to just be the compassionate, gentle one
That's also an interesting one. That's also
until
an
somebody says the trigger word, and then you're like, I'm awake now.
mm-hmm.
This is the real me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Very interesting. Definitely more to sit with and flesh out with this one. Yeah. When I get
Yeah,
more
really interesting
freaking
one.
rest, I think it'll be great. But I was very pleased. I was pleased with the vibes, you know?
Mhm.
But I was like, the execution, whoo, this is gonna be that's why I was like, I don't know what I got here for you, but I got something.
You were definitely cooking.
Thank you, thank you.
I could smell it. I could smell what you were cooking. I could smell what The Rock was cooking.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels like, oh wow, this is great, but like, did you use any salt?
Like, this is great, but these are sesame noodles and that's
It,
barbecue.
yeah.
So,
Yes.
what are we doing?
How, yeah.
Hmm.
That was fun though. I love an
Yeah.
idea like that. I love when I hear a thing and my brain is like, oh, yeah, there's a whole nother way to think about that.
Yeah, it's fun to like, you know, see each other on a roll where like the 15 minutes ends and one of us is still like,
Hammering away.
this is happening to me. This is happening through me.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is also, I don't often write to all our themes, but I feel like that was actually touching on all the things.
Hmm.
I usually kind of focus on one and then maybe pull in some other things. There was also this other poem that didn't get formed today because I was focused on this particular one, but happy sacrifice welcomes reciprocity.
Mm.
It could kind of still fit in there, but that's another poem that I was like, no, I do not have that at all right now.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, the imagery was a very strong for this one, so I was like, I can follow that. That other one feels a little bit more intellectual.
Or it's just not the place where your heart is right now. And
No,
that's totally valid.
yeah,
Hey, validation.
yeah, very good. Also, eating hot Cheetos while writing poetry is crazy.
Finishing off with some spicy jalapeno
Hmm.
Pringles here.
Very tasty.
Hot Cheetos, though, they're just a color that I can't.
Oh, right. Yeah, because like regular Cheetos look nothing like these. This was
Those
like
are like
the
fluorescent.
fourth, yeah, the fourth bag I've ever bought in my entire life of hot Cheetos. Not bad.
Better than Takis.
I only had Takis like twice,
Hmm.
so I feel like I would never buy them, but like I think someone had like a small little like snack pack, so I was like, this first of all is the perfect amount of Takis.
Right.
Stop with all this other shit. That's crazy. And then I was like, oh, like I think I like the experience of this being like a rolled up thing. I'm like, this is thick. This is a lot thicker than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't know what to expect.
It's like a
Um,
Dorito, essentially, right? It's
it's like a
like
thick
a
Dorito
corn
rolled
chip
up.
rolled up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like a Frito, if you will. Which
Mm.
I'm not always a fan of Fritos. I only like the Frito twists, barbecue flavored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like the plain Fritos and then the like chili ones. Mm-mm. But so I don't know how I feel about Takis. I don't think I don't know them well enough to judge them.
That's very gentle and compassionate of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe they'd be good with something too. Versus just like eating them on
Mm.
their own.
Yeah,
And
it's
I've
that reminds me of like people on like cooking competition shows getting hot Cheetos as an ingredient
yeah.
and they'll crush it up and they'll use it as like a dredge or like a coating for like frying something. So they'll like,
Mm,
smash it up into a dust and then they'll roll it and they'll use it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that seems like a
the most appropriate usage.
yes.
I also only got these by accident because I had gotten I used Instacart, which is always, that's what you get.
It's a roll of the dice.
I was getting Cheetos and they were like, well, here's hot Cheetos. I was like, what? That is not an alternative. Give me like the cheese puffs or something. I don't like those. I only like cheese doodles. Like the original. Don't give me Chester's cheese puffs. I don't want it. I want cheese dougas.
Dude list.
So, but
Yes.
I finally, this was like and it was one of those really big bags. So
Oh
it took
my.
me like 2 months to eat this.
And it was
So,
a man who was your Instacarter, right?
no, they never, I'd be appalled. Yeah. The shotties be playing me. I
Damn.
think I've only had a man once.
Yeah.
So,
I've whenever I've had a man do the Instacarting, it's always like, can't find it, can't find it, can't find it, replaced it with something that's not vegan, can't find it. And I'm like, don't make decisions for me and don't go into a store pretending that the shit that I get every single time isn't
It's
there.
not there. That's the part that kills me. And then what sometimes I do it, unfortunately, I shouldn't do it when it's late. It's like I order at a particular time, but they're not really getting there until like an hour later. And then they have like 20 minutes to rage through the shop and try to get everything. And I'm like, just say you'll get it tomorrow. But I guess that's the thing about convenience, right? And like immediacy. Everyone's like, I want it now. And I'm like, I mean, I put it in for now because it'd be ideal. But also if you can't get it done right, tomorrow is fine. I'm not starving here. If I can Instacart my order, I'm not hungry.
I mean, that's fair.
It's more gracious. Like I feel like there are times when I would like it, but then if I really wanted, I feel like early in the morning makes more sense than like late at night.
I feel
Late
like
at
when
night feels like
I'm
I didn't want to go to the store last minute, so I'm sending you there. So it's like, again, I get it. I get it for the sake of for customer service. They would never take what I'm saying, but I'd be like, I just would rather. Maybe I should. I wish there was a note too that was like, if you can't do this well, if you're gonna be rushing, just do it tomorrow.
just yeah, I feel like I've only Instacarted when I've been like traveling for work and I'm in a different city and I'm
Mm,
like too tired, too spent, too hungry to
yeah,
be in the store with all of these options. And
that's
I'm like,
true.
let me just go and limit myself to the things, to like specific things, not be wandering,
Yeah,
just
that's fair.
be certain about these things, buy myself like 40 juices to get me through the rest of this trip
Hmm.
and a bunch of snacks and tomorrow's dinner and then I'll be good. But it's always like I'm gonna include tonight's dinner. Like I'm too hungry to think about making food. I'm too hungry to like be cooking. So let me just somebody else run to the store for me, please. I don't have it. I don't
That's fair.
have it.
That's fair. And I guess that's why everyone is they're approaching it so differently. So I wish we could just put a note, is my point.
Be like, I'm so hungry, please.
Versus, I'm not that hungry. It's okay.
Versus, yeah, like this is
They should
whenever you
have that
get
option.
to
Just like they have like, how do you want your bananas or avocados? Not ripe, average, or like
yeah,
ripe. It should
right.
be like, how hungry are you?
Hungry scale.
No
Could wait,
hungry.
could wait,
Very hungry.
could wait till tomorrow. Not hungry.
Also, I want to say this week will be 75 days weed free at some
Weed.
point.
Weed.
Hmm.
And you know what?
So,
While I haven't smoked the house sitting visit that I had this week,
mhm.
I was like, my period's coming. I have 2 nights to myself. Like I have 2 days to myself where I get to just do whatever I need to do, want to do. And I brought some of these edibles with me that like I eat, it's like a little square, but I eat just the corner of it and I'm in it for like 8 to 10 hours.
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see how this works for me. And I did 2 days back to back. And then the next day I was like, I know I have it, but like I don't I'm not yearning for it. I'm not urt. And I got home and I was like, I could I have the opportunity. Like I have the supplies to smoke and to get back into a habit. But even the thought of it kind of makes me feel sick. So I was like, you know what? I don't think this
We love a transformation.
yeah, I'm like this happily didn't disrupt my sobriety and it also like it did the thing that you want a
Right.
cannabis experience to do for you
Right. Right.
without
And that's the biggest part is also
dragging you
not
in.
then slipping back into
Yes.
misusing it. So That's
drag
amazing.
you into like a lifestyle of
Hmm.
using. Yeah. And
That's always been my challenge with like full hardcore sobriety is like, okay, great. Without it, you avoid it. Yeah, and sometimes we need that. And also like when you're reintroduced to it, if you are, how are you about to act with that? So this is very good.
yeah. Yeah, dude. So what'd you say? 75? 75 days?
It will be 75 days sometime next week. Because I know it was like 60 semi recently. Because Nate, I got him a big ass calendar last year. Um, and he just changed the dates on it. Because it is such a big piece of thing. I mean, I think in another, what, 4 years? Well, 7 years or something, it'll be relevant again because the days will be aligned again. But he's a frugal man. He's like, I'm gonna reuse it. So he's been using it as a tracker. Well,
Yeah.
which is nice to walk into his space and see all the X's. I'm like, yeah, me too.
Like, hey, right behind you,
Right behind you.
little duckling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Wonderful. Good for us. Look at us go.
Yeah. Now it's
Yeah.
nap time.
Look at us go. Get back in bed.
Yeah. No, I will be on the couch, but because I can't, I'm going to brunch with someone, so I'm like, let me not get too
Comfortable.
snugged up. So, although my couch is, I mean, that's also nap central, so
Yeah. Yeah. Couches are for napping for
yeah,
sure.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, yeah, I don't really sleep in my bed until it's, which is why I can sleep in my bed so well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very good. Very good.
Yes.
I love that for us.
Yes. I hope that you get good rest and feel more
Uh, uh-huh. Yeah. Me
you
too.
know.
Yes. Me too. Yeah. I hope that my sleep is a sweet surrender so I can wake
Mm-hmm.
up happy to know what I'm sacrificing,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm pushing into.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah. 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 For a booty doobles.
Yes. Booty doubles.
It's like that shouldn't have been that funny, but that's where our
That
brains
was
are.
really funny. Booty doubles. Sounds kind of gross, really.
Doobles.
Booty doubles.
Oh, pooty.
I said booty, but also pooty.
Pooty booties.
Booty booties.
Booty tree. No.
Booty tree. And that's where we have to draw the
And with
line.
that, I love you.
Love you.
I'll see
Thanks for
you.
watching, y'all. I almost forgot that we were streaming.
Yeah, hey, thanks y'all for watching. And here we are. Oh, I just scrolled back up to I've been like keeping it looking at the
Oh,
chat
right. Because
that
comment.
window
Yeah.
because it's delayed. So I'm like, I don't want to keep watching us in the past. That's creepy.
Yeah. Well.
But just now I looked up and I scrolled and it was me doing booty doobles.
Oh God. Oh, it's like that delayed. Jeez.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
so oh my goodness, here we are. And there's me explaining what's going on the screen. Okay. All right, we gotta end this. We gotta be done with this. All right.
We're entering that delusional part of sleep.
Right. We're beyond. Love
Love you, Kellyanne.
you, Carrie. See ya.